So, hi students, my name is Mr. Green and we'll be doing conditional statements. Cool. So, a conditional statement, right, is a set of tools performed if a certain condition is met. It is sometimes referred to as an if-then statement. Conditions are cause and effect. If some conditions is true, then some executions or some instructions are executed. Cool. It's just simple as that. All right. So conditional statements are part of our everyday lives. As people, we can think about situations and make decisions based on what we observe are known to be true. For example, if it is Monday, then I have school. Cool. Or if it is raining, then I stay inside, right? It's just simple everyday activities that we do. Cool. Simple decision that we have to make on a daily basis. Right? So here we have a Pascal question that says, write a program to prompt the user for two numbers. Then we're going to print the larger of the two numbers. Cool. Then here we have the pseudocode. All right, this is what we're going to implement in our dev Pascal. Cool. I have another question that says, write a program to prompt the user for their name and gender. If the user gender is female, then we're going to output, you should play netball. Cool. If the user gender is male, then we're going to output, you should play football or cricket. Cool. And here we have the pseudocode that we're going to implement in our dev Pascal. Cool. All right, so now I'll just share my dev Pascal. Give me a second. Okay, students, so now I have my dev Pascal open. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to create a new source file, right? So we can either go file, new source file, or we can hold on control and tap the letter U, or we can go at this icon that says new source file. Cool. I now will just click this icon. All right. We're going to remove all of this. We're going to give our program a name. So we're going to the program. We're going to have this as question 1. Question 1, all right? We're going to have uses, CRT, that we're going to pull from a library. Cool. So it can either read our keys, right? Or if we're going to clear our screen, for have different sections. Cool. But we're not going into that right now. All right. So we're going to declare our variables. So we're doing question 1. So it says we're going to accept two numbers, right? And output the larger of the two. So we're going to declare num1 and num2 as integer. All right. Cool. Then we're going to begin our program. And we're going to display a line that asks the user for a number. All right. So we're going to say enter a number. Cool. So we're going to accept the user's input. Sorry. So we're going to say num1. Cool. We're going to output another line that asks the user for a second number. Cool. We're going to accept that number. Cool. What we're going to do now, we're going to go into the conditional statement. Cool. So we're going to say if num1 is greater than num2, cool, then we're going to output. My computer is lagging. We're going to say begin, right? And we're going to have the larger of the two numbers is, then we're going to have num1. Cool. Then we're going to accept that line, right? Then we're going to end this statement. Cool. Then we're going to have another one that says if num1 is less than num2, right? Then we're going to say, computer is still lagging, right? We're going to say the larger of the two numbers is num2. Cool. Set that line. Right. I'm going to end the statement. All right. After we end the statement now, what we're going to do, we're going to basically end our program. I will end our program with the word end and a full stop. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to run our program to see if it actually works. So we're going to save it. We're going to save it as question1. Sorry. Question1. Pascal. Cool. All right, and it's checking for errors. All right, perfect. We have no errors. So now I have to share my other screen. Just give me a second. All right, it says enter a number. So I'm going to enter the first number as 190. Enter a second number. I am going to say 15. Enter. And it says the larger. Okay, so I need to change that if to off. So this should say the larger of the two numbers is 190. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just share back my Dev Pascal screen. Just give me a second. All right. So here we should have the larger of. Cool. So right here, larger of the two numbers is. All right. And we should be good. Cool. So we are on to our next question now. All right. Okay, students. So we're on to our next question. Cool. I just remind you of the question. The question says, write a program to prompt the user for their name and gender. If the user gender is female, then we're going to output, you should play netball. And then it says again, if the user gender is male, then we're going to output, you should play football or cricket. Cool? All right, so we're just going to continue. Remove this. We're going to give the program a name. Again, we're going to up this as question 2. Cool. We're going to declare our variables. So we're going to have f name for our first name, L name for our last name, and gender for our gender. Cool. And we're going to declare these as string, because we're going to read sentences, cool, or words. All right. Okay, so we're going to begin our program. So we're going to display, right? So we're going to say, all right, we're going to ask the user to enter their first name. Enter your first name. Cool. Computer is lagging a bit. All right. We're going to accept that. Cool. We're going to ask for their last name. We're going to accept. Cool. We're going to ask for their gender as well. All right. We're going to accept their input. Cool. All right. So we're on to the conditional statements now. So we're going to say if gender is equal to male, then we're going to say begin. All right, so we're going to output. We're going to output. You should play football or cricket, right? Football or cricket. Cool. In that statement, we're going to have another one for the female. So we're going to say if, computer is lagging a bit, if gender equals female, then we're going to say, we're going to output, you should play netball. Cool. All right, so we're going to accept these lines. So we should have read key. Cool. Read key. All right, so we're going to end this statement now. Cool. And we're going to just end the program because we're basically finished the criteria. Cool. I will end the program with the word end and a full stop. Cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to run this program, compile and run it. We're going to save it as question 2, Pascal. Cool. Save it. All right. So I have some errors here. I made an error. All right. So we're going to find it. All right. So I spelled the word right line now. Cool. So we run it. All right. I have no errors. So just give me a second to share the output screen. Computer is still logging. All right, so it says enter your first name. My first name is Kenil. Enter my last name. My last name is Green. Enter my gender. I am a male. And it says you should play football or cricket. Cool. All right, so what I am going to do is I am going to enter a female now. Cool. Give me a second to share my screen again. All right. So it says enter your first name. I am going to enter Abigail. Computer is moving slow. Abigail. All right. Last name Brown. All right. Enter your gender. Abigail is a female. And it says you should play netball. All right. So we have come to the end of our conditional statement. All right. So bye, students.